It's your boy, Radio.
Cool! Looking cool, Joker!
Today I'm going to show you my SwordSoul deck list that I ran for the originals this past weekend. I think this deck played very, very well. I say I only lost on the bubble onto my own mistakes the last two rounds, especially round 8 where I was playing this Drawtron and I did not make Chow Fang. Yeah, this sinker right here, this card is insane, and I made like 4 level 8s or game 1, and I did not make Chow Fang not one single time. Yeah, so let's get right into it. I was playing some new card choices that I ran in this build than my previous build, and you can see it will be right here on the left hand corner. I just posted one just a few weeks ago, and that was 8-0, and so yeah, so let's get right into it. So obviously I ran 3 Moye, 3 Long Young, and 2 Taye. These cards has always been the new SwordSoul standard. There's possibly somebody might run 1 Taye, but I feel like you gotta run 2 Tayes, especially for ground matchups and just in case you banish one with desires. Next best up, 3 Enclosure. This card is really insane. I think if you're not playing a lot of Tenyis in your deck, you should run 3 of this card. This card really is really good going second. It helps you to push, get your SwordSoul monsters out of your deck and help to OTK. 3 Ashina, 2 Vashuda, 2 Ahara, and 1 Shatana. Some people don't run Shatana, but I think you should. It helps you get that bonus level 8 when you have a token on the field, especially when they get really like your main monster like Taye, Moye, whatever. Sometimes I do miss a 3rd Vashuda. It does help push going second, breaking boards. But this deck list is 41 cards, so it was hard to add more cards in the deck, and so that's the only reason why I went 2. Next up, I ran 3 Ash. The card's really good. Starter, and you know it start Branded Fusion like the main card. I did play this Despia just before I continue my deck profile. The matchups I played was Despia, 2 of the Ruka deck. I played the Runic, Nature Runic. I played Drawtron. I played Sprite. They was playing a Melfi Sprite, and kind of cool because when I'm playing that Melfi Sprite, the guy had some counter trap where he summoned this zombie 2-star that searches the trap, so he had an interruption. That was kind of cool with like Griffin and whatever also. And my other matchup was Kashtira. That was all the decks I played. Next up, we have 3 SwordSoul Emergency. This card is standard, and what's different than most lists, people don't run this, but I do. I ran the same card in my last list, Summit. This card is insane. There's combos with this card. You can get 3 boss. It's really good against Runic. Going first, you can make Dragate, Baron, and Chichao, or Sinister, Chichao, and then Dragate. So it's really, really, really good. I ran 2 Circles, and I also ran 1 Vessel. I actually like the Vessel. It helps you with the Tenyi. It helps you to like break your opponent boards, and there's times that I send like a Taye, whatever, or Moye, really Taye, and then I can use this for my hand. So it's so many different ways, combos. I cut my opponent. I really like this. It hit me to push, try to OTK my opponent, and just give me a lot of engine started. Next up, 2 desires. It's desires, pretty good. Sometimes I wish this card was at 3, but 2 is just fine. 2 talents. I know most people say they don't like this card, but this card would resolve. Every time I had it in my hand, it resolved. It was just insane. I love this card. Drawing 2 cards or looking at your opponent's hand, just insane. I never stole a monster. I always just look at their hand or draw 2 cards. Defensive, I ran 2 bigger clips. I ran 2. I ain't really like fan of 3. 2 was just fine. I ran 1 SwordSoul blackout. Yes, guys, I know a lot of people been blowing me up in my last video and saying how your deck gonna be maxed out and you don't have a ultra blackout. Yeah, I haven't been in locals in a while. I've been playing on remote duel and playing some of the local homies and trying to get really good, better. So anybody have a blackout, I will trade y'all for 1. Yeah. Next up, I have 3 infinite permanents. This card is really good. It really depends what the player's doing. I usually just keep this in hand if I'm going second and try to like break their board, so they have less negates or less interruptions to fight through. And the last 2 is 2 evenly match. Now I know some people has putting this card in the side, but there's sometimes this card still come up because like Cash is doing the 3 zone lock. They're not trying to go for 5, so they go for 3. So I'm just trying to minimize the game to a certain stand, like, and then I can just try to push and then make a board and stop them from playing on their turn. So I feel like if this card came up. This card is really, really good, and it's good against Ruka and stuff. So I kept playing it. My SwordSoul tokens I got from my last videos. Appreciate that. The guy that gave me these when I went AO. These tokens is fire. So extra deck, 2 Chi-Chow, 1 Sinister, and 1 Tenyi. I mean, this card is like your, SwordSoul. This is search resources. It's always good to have a second one so you can try to OTK them your second time if you don't do it the first time. This is really good against the Adventure Package, Sprite, and then Tenyi just helps just OTK. I actually tagged a runic player with 66 damage. Yes, it was insane. And I burned for 12. So it was insane. It was just sick. I played 3 Monk and a Shaman. This came up this weekend multiple times. Actually killed a Desperate player. I had the Tenyi in these 3. He had the Prep Plant. Use her fat tag, pop it, and he was wide open. He was at after taking 12 with the Tenyi, it put him at 68, and I think this was 71 because it was at 45, 55, and plus 16, 71, so it was enough. So yeah, Tenyi, like I said, really, really good card. Yazi, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I haven't used Yazi in the last tournaments in a long time, like these 4 tournaments. So I like this card, but I haven't used it. Only time it came up, it was one of remote duels, so I guess you still gotta run it. But a card I like the most is Bossia. I'm not gonna cap. I think I really want to run 3 this card. This card is insane. Like, I feel like you keep resolving this card, you're gonna win a duel. Putting back 2 cards is just insane. I really think I might run 3 bosses. I might take out Yazi, guys. This card is really insane. I love this card. A card that like I told you earlier in the video, I did not make this card, guys. I feel like I'm like, even though I'm a really good SwordSoul player, I literally forgot about this card against Dratron at the regional. I know. I was shaking my head like, wow, I did not make this card. I had 4 chances in my first duel of Drawtron. It was a long game. Even though he had 1 card, I could have made it. I did not make it. I don't know why. I just forgot about it. I ended up making Berserker because he had 1 Drawtron and 1 card in hand. I was like, well, just stop the evaluate this. He couldn't really play. So I don't know why they make it. Shout out to this card. Next time, I will use this card against Drawtron. I won't forget. Next, Berserker. This card's insane. He can OTK and it's good to stop cards. His bench effects are really good. I used it a lot. Draw Guy, I use this a lot. What I didn't do is I didn't do the combo like on the Runic player. I don't know why I didn't. I could have did it. Just sometimes, you know, in a duel you just don't think about all the plays, and that's why I train myself to be better and learn the more plays, and that's how I became a really good SwordSoul player. But over this weekend, that was 9 rounds, insane. I was undefeated until the last 2 rounds, unfortunately. And the last was the Baron. This card was good. You know, Baron just strong. So side deck. There's a few changes from my last list. If y'all see my last profile, so I ran the Warm Harpies, the 2 Lightning Storms, the 2 Regekis, and the 1 Dark Hole. I actually used to get Cash Tier, even though he had anti-spell. I thought it was in a bad situation, but somehow managed to get rid of anti-spell, and I just Dark Hole. But this is a really I still need to find another secret Dark Hole. I didn't want to run like a gold, so I was like, nah, I'm just gonna keep the Regeki. This card saved me against the Runic, the Ruka player, just Regeki. I think Boris present like this is really good against like Cash Tier or any like cards that have a lot of monster effects, so you can play. So yeah, any back row hate, I have these. So that's being said, I might run a second Dark Hole over the Regeki if I see Ibli. The last spell I like is this triple talent thrust. This card was good. I always side in going second and gets Cash or the Ruka play. If I was going second, I saw that card. It basically, I'm gonna search any card in my deck, and yeah. 2 Dimension Barriers, good for Despia, Mirror Match, and anything else you think you should need it on. 2 Rowdy Warlords. Funny story, a lot of players see me this weekend that was watching because I was on the top tables against the Drawtron player. I had a lot of, I know, don't get on me guys. Like I said, I was already I don't know why I played so bad against the Drawtron player. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe because I was hungry. But I had this up and it did its job like it's supposed to, because he had Cyber's machines, whatever. I got half his monsters. I knew he had the Kurikari in his hand because I had Baron and Chichao. And so what I did was I negate something with Chichao, and he didn't use Kurikari. He played like another card, and I negated it. And then after I negated it, I played Rowdy because I knew instantly he was going to get rid of both my monster with the Kurikari, the one that tributes and it gains 1500 attack. So he had it in hand. He had that card in his hand. He got rid of Cyber's machine, and but how I lost that match was I summoned my Rayquaza next turn where I had like 4 worms, and for some reason I thought Rayquaza would treat for cost, get another worm, but that was my mistake. So we're not gonna talk about that. So I ran Book of Moon and Forbidden Chalice at the regionals. But after I see my opponent use anti-spell against me, after the regional, I actually put this in. I took the 2 Book Eclipses out, and this, or if I was going first, I take the 2 evening match game 3 to the evening match at, put 2 more cards that I can use or whatever. So these would be 2 I would take out for evening match because I wanted something I could take out for the evening match, and these would be the 2. The reason behind it was I have 2 Book of Eclipse, and the Book of Moon be 3, and then I have a 4th wave, a 4th negation. And also this card is better against the Trap Trick matchup, and the Imperm is not that good. These both good against Trap Tricks. Instead of these 2 guys, I think I'm going to roll with 2 Anti-Spell. These would be the 2 replacements for these 2. I just took these 2 out after playtesting. I think these good against the Runic player, and actually against Cash too. They have a lot of spells, so I think this card is really better to have in your side deck. So I just took this out after. And the last 2 pair up with Anti-Spell. I like 2 Word of Creep, so I'm covering a lot of spells and a lot of traps. The reason behind it is you might play against Labyrinth and any crazy trap deck, and you just blow them out. And so I don't really want to deal with back rolls. I think the deck plays very, very fine by itself, so you really don't need too much. That's the deck profile, guys. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will post more about SwordSoul and combo videos. Make sure you smash the like button if you want to see more. And I will, in the next big event, I want to do way better. I was undefeated, 9 rounds alone, and winning 7 rounds straight. I was doing good, but it was like over 360 cap at this tournament. So I think I got like 20 or 24, I think. So I did pretty good, but I want to do better because I had that type rate. So your boy's out.